We're talking about a goddess. Let's take the etymology. All right, we're going into some etymology. When you're talking about the term E-S-S-E, that means the essence of something. Pay attention to what I'm saying. And again, when I say this, is not to be disrespectful to my brother or, any men for that matter. I'm making it clear what these terms are. And I've said this before, this English language is very backwards. And it was made that way on purpose to discombobulate us. And once again, don't nobody be telling me about the white man did it. No, he didn't. The English language comes from melanated people. And I want you to look up Phoenicians and you'll see the term phonetic, because they were very good at using syllables to put people in contracts. All right. So we're looking at the suffix S, E-S-S-E. It means the essence of something. That means like, here's the whole thing, and then you skim off a piece of it, then that's just the essence. It's not the whole thing, it's just a part of it. It's a piece of it. Now, if we're talking about a god, well, what is the whole god? Because if you're looking at this female being, she got two X's. He got a partial X. He'd be the goddess. She is the god. I just want to make that clear. And again, you go and do your research in etymology. So when you say goddess, you're talking about a piece of a god. That's like saying Jewish. Kinda, sorta, but not really. If she is the creator, then she is the God. She created him. He would be the S. But I'm not going to call my brother the goddess. Listen, I know I'm upsetting some people. I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just giving you the facts, all right? So you take it how you want to take it. But don't call me goddess. That's all I'm saying. I'm not the essence of nothing. I am that. How do women turn back on that dominant gene? All right. Thank you for that question, sweet Jim. So I want y'all to be clear on this, because again, I'm ready to upset you. This whole society has got us jacked up and backwards. So be ready, because I'm ready to give it to you. If you don't like the facts and the truth, change the TV. Turn the channel, because it's not going to be pretty. But when you're talking about that dominant gene, or when you're talking about walking in spirituality, it is a muscle. It is a muscle. And in order to use a muscle, you've got to, or in order to build it rather, in order to build a muscle, you've got to use it. You cannot build a muscle if you're using a crutch. I want to say this with compassion and love, because I don't want anybody to misconstrue anything I'm saying. If you're trying to build the muscle, and then somebody keeps telling you you need to be with a crutch, you need to have somebody outside of you to save you. When somebody keeps telling you somebody else is supposed to be outside of you protecting you, when you the God, when you know who you are, when you in your right mind, you don't need no protection, because none of that energy comes on you in the first place, because you are protected as a God. In order to turn that back on, there's some things that you got to move away from. What you're eating, what you're drinking, who you're hanging around, who you're sexing. If you're sexing, period, you're going to have a hard time tapping in. It is a muscle. And if you're leaning on something outside of you, if all you're concerned about is the flesh, you cannot tap in to spirit, period. And I'm not trying to convince none of y'all to do nothing. I'm telling you what the facts are. So don't come to me and say, well, Diva, what about the dang-a-lang? Diva, we just got to have it. What we's going to do? Do what you feel like you need to do. But when you're ready to tap into spirit and you're ready to get serious about it, then you got to use the muscle. And to build a muscle is not an easy thing, because this society has us all jacked up. Somebody has told us you ain't worth nothing unless you got a man with you. I ain't telling you to have one or not to have one. I'm telling you, if you think somebody's supposed to be protecting you and come to rescue you, you can't tap in. You asked me. You can't tap in. And if you're trying to rely on anybody to tell you who you are as a woman, you can't tap in.